Thank you for joining us on Synthesis Workshop. On today's Research Spotlight episode, I'm very happy to have with us Dr. Alberto Vega-Peñaloza. Alberto got his doctorate in Mexico City at Cinvestiv, the Center for Research and Advanced Studies of the National Polytechnic Institute. He subsequently carried out postdoctoral work at the National Autonomous University of Mexico and afterwards at ICIQ, the Institute of Chemical Research of Catalonia, with Paloma Chiori in Tarragona, Spain. Currently, he's a postdoctoral researcher in the Dell'Amico group at the University of Padova in Italy. And with that, I'll hand it over to you, Alberto. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you, Matthew, for the invitation to participate in your podcast and give us the opportunity to share our latest research in organic synthesis. Specifically, I will speak about the visible light 2+2 heterocycloaddition process towards the construction of exeto indolinic polycycles. The derivatization of biorelevant heterocyclic scaffolds is an important target in organic synthesis. In particular, polycycles from indoles are present in many naturally occurring compounds, as the alkaloids I show here, and also in pharmaceutically active ingredients. So the development of effective methods for the aromatization of indole is an attractive strategy to access complex polycyclic scaffolds, allowing the potential discovery of new drug candidates. On the other hand, the oxetane ring is also present in a variety of natural compounds. Moreover, its incorporation into pharmaceuticals is highly attractive, as this moiety can have positive effects on their biochemical properties, such as solubility, metabolic stability, and can lead to conformational changes. For instance, the spirocyclic oxetaneamines represent interesting building blocks due to their characteristic spatial arrangement, making them possible analogs for the corresponding ketamines and lactams. However, the construction of oxetane polycyclic scaffolds is a challenging synthetic task due to the high ring strain of this class of compounds. A common strategy for the construction of oxetanes relies on UV light-driven processes. The foremost example is the Paternò-Büchi reaction, where the direct excitation of a carbonyl compound triggers a 2+2 heterocycloaddition with olefins. The mechanism of the Paternò-Büchi reaction has been extensively studied. First, the carbonyl functionality is excited by a photon to afford the corresponding singlet state, that can be converted to the triplet state via intersystem crossing. There are two possible paths for the reaction. In one, the carbonyl singlet state can react with the alkene, mostly in the case of aliphatic aldehydes and ketones in a very high alkene concentration. Here, the stereochemical information of the alkene is translated into the oxetane product as the process is quasi-concerted. However, the majority of the Paternò-Büchi reactions proceed via triplet state, which, upon the addition of carbonyl to the alkene, a 1,4-B radical is generated. The stability of this intermediate plays an important role in the reaction selectivity. Very long lifetime of the radical intermediate allows the bond rotation and therefore the loss of the alkene stereochemistry. That can be one important drawback of the reaction. In one of our recent works, we reported a general visible light Paternò-Büchi process for the aromatization of indoles with simple aromatic ketones. For the realization of this strategy, several synthetic challenges had to be overcome, inherent to the Paternò-Büchi reaction, such as ratio selectivity, light-driven side reactions, stereoselectivity, and also the few reports of indolinic systems under this reactivity. Also, it's important to mention that possible progress of Paternò-Büchi reactions to large-scale synthesis has been hampered by the need of UV light sources and specific batch setups. In this paper, we initiated our study by testing different indoles in the presence of benzophenone. 3 benzyl indoles were selected with the aim of generating available all-carbon quaternary stereocenters within the product. Irradiation at 365 nanometers of an equimolar mixture of unprotected 3 benzyl indole and benzophenone resulted in complete recovery of the starting materials. Changing the electronic characteristic of the substrates, for example with the incorporation of the Boc-carbamate and the methyl group at position 2, allowed to obtain a yield of 55%. Still, the main problem with the moderate reactivity was the formation of the benzophenone dimer, a competitive photochemical process. In order to modulate the side state reactivity, we employed a light source with a maximum emission set at 405 nanometers, close to the limit of the benzophenone absorption. Toward the light, under these conditions neither homodimer nor PO decomposition was detected. An additional solvent screening revealed acetone to be the best solvent for the system, with a quantitative formation of the product in just 7 hours. Before evaluating the generality and limits of the present Paternò-Büchi process, we investigate the photochemical basis of the observed activity. First, we evaluate any possible ground and excited state association of the reagents. The absorption spectra of the isolated species and the reaction mixture didn't present significant spectral variation, precluding this possibility. Superimposing the absorption spectrum of benzophenone with 405 nanometers LED emission spectrum revealed a region about 390 to 400 nanometers of possible absorption. A more accurate 3D analysis of the excitation emission spectrum of benzophenone clearly demonstrates that excitation at 405 nanometers results in the generation of the corresponding excited state, the green region in the figure. As expected, excitation at 365 nanometers resulted in the generation of more intense emission signal, the red region. This analysis confirmed that direct excitation of benzophenone can also take place under visible light illumination, modulating its reactivity. With the optimal conditions in hand, we analyzed the scope of the reaction. 3 benzyl indoles with substituents at the ortho, meta, and para positions furnish the corresponding tricyclic products in high yields spanning from 72 to 98% yield with complete diastero control. 3-methyl and 3-hydroxy-methyl indoles also form the respective products as a single diastereoisomers in excellent yields. The reaction of 3-allyl indole produces the desired product with very high site ratio and diasteroselectivity. Indole derivatives with different substituents on the aromatic ring, diverse end protecting groups, as well as various groups at position 2, efficiently participate in the visible light reaction. Also, differently substituted benzophenones work in the process. For instance, the prochiral benzyl successfully engaged in the 2+2 cycloaddition reaction, delivering the aromatized products with complete stereocontrol over the 3 generated stereocenters. All the benzyl derivatives with more red sheet absorption successfully reacted under 406 nanometers illumination with no traces of side products. We also applied the developed aromatization protocol to access relevant bioactive pharmacophoric cores. Among them, cyclic indoline substrates, melatonin, and tryptophan proved to be useful substrates for the reaction, showing the versatility of the process. To prove the operational simplicity of the developed method, the reactions were performed under natural sunlight irradiation. Both reactions proceed very well, delivering the corresponding products in 96 and 86% in just 6 hours. Another class of important heterocycles are the oxindoles, also present in many pharmaceutical compounds. In general, the synthetic methodologies for their transformation is based on the pronucleophilic nature of the core. In this sense, a broad number of electrophilic partners can be activated by means of organocatalysis or metal catalysis, installing different groups toward the quaternization at position 3. Despite the progress of the field, synthetic methodologies for the quaternization at position 3 with the concomitant modification at position 2 are still missing to date. We wonder if oxindole-indole ethers could participate in a Paternò-Büchi process protocol. The realization of this idea could deliver a C2-C3 defunctionalized indolinic products. In this case, we decided to use a microfluidic photoreactor. This offers many advantages to implement a safer and more general version of the reaction. In that, the photoreactor setup overcomes some fundamental issues related to photochemical batch protocols. After a small reaction optimization, we developed a visible light Paternò-Büchi reaction between oxindole-indole ethers and aromatic ketones under microfluidic conditions. Remarkable, the resident reaction time is only 12 minutes in toluene, indicating the key role of the microfluidic setup. As you can see in the slide, there is a significant tolerance for the structural and electronic variation on the indole ether. Both electro-withdrawing and electrodonating groups at the ortho, meta, and para position of the benzyl ring furnish the corresponding tricyclic products from good to excellent yields with complete regio and diastero control. Other types of indole ethers work in the reactions, delivering the products 12, 13, and 14 in moderate to good yields. We also examined the versatility of the reaction with respect to the ketone substrate. Also here, differently substituted benzophenones with both electrodonating and electro-withdrawing groups performed well, delivering the corresponding products in yields spanning from 41 to 98%. As limitation of the present method, acetophenone and benzaldehyde failed to deliver the corresponding oxetane products. This was attributed to their extremely low absorption under visible light. Reagents with additional reactive double bonds also work well in the reaction. For example, compound 24 with analytic functionality was formed with full site selectivity and 78% yield. Also, product 25 with a Furan ring was formed with good yield and selectivity. To understand the reason of the observed site selectivity, we perform a competition experiment of the Indole ether and furan in presence of benzophenone. After 12 minutes of irradiation, product 3 was formed in 63% yield along with traces of 27, thus indicating the superior reactivity of the Indole ether double bond, despite its hysterical hindered nature. We also demonstrate the synthetic potential of the presented microfluidic method for the gram-scale functionalization of oxindoles, implementing in a flow process starting from the simple 3-benzo-oxindole precursor. In this case, the crude solution of 3-benzyl-oxindole, the silating agent, and the base, in presence of the selected ketone, was pumped into two parallel microfluidic reactors with a retention time of 12 minutes over 19 hours. The final octane products were collected in 53 and 59% yield. Finally, respect with the mechanism, we are currently conducting research on it. For the case of benzophenone substrate, it is proposed to proceed through a classical radical combination between the light-generated benzophenone excited state and the double bond of the oxindole. However, in the case of benzyls, a photoinduced electron transfer mechanism is possible. The free energy of a photoinduced electron transfer between benzyl and electron-rich indoles is about -623 kilocalories per mole, making the process thermodynamically feasible. After the initial photoinduced electron transfer from indole to the excited carbonyl, a reactive radical ion pair is formed. The regioselectivity of the CO bond forming event is controlled by the relative charge distribution and steric factors. The high stereocontrol over the third stereocenter can be explained with respect to the intermediate 2, stabilized by bi-pi stacking interaction, which collapse very fast into the final product 3. I hope you enjoy listening to my presentation. I would like to thank again Matthew for the invitation to this great initiative, and I also want to thank all the people involved in the project and the University of Padua for financial support. Thank you very much.
Thank you for tuning in for another Research Spotlight episode, and thank you to Alberto for a great talk. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us. To support this initiative, help us out by telling your peers about this resource. You can check our webpage, synthesis-workshop.com, or follow us on Twitter to stay up to date. See you all next time.